The signal began as a whisper, a faint flicker of energy rippling through the static of the galactic background. It was buried deep within the data stream from the Hubble array, a network of listening satellites spread far beyond the solar system's Oort cloud. Analysts first dismissed it as noise, then curiosity grew when the pattern repeated, too methodical, too deliberate to be random cosmic phenomena. The signal was a message, but in a tongue the scientists had never encountered. Dr. Mira Vass, lead xenolinguist aboard the research vessel Eidolon *, had spent years decoding alien transmissions. Yet, as she stared at the scrolling lines of measured pulses and complex modulations, recognition burned at the edge of her understanding. The pattern was unsettlingly familiar, not alien, but unmistakably Earth-based. Embedded in the signal were fragments of English, mixed with mathematical sequences and symbolic warnings. It was a cry for help. The Eidolon was on the frontier of human exploration, stationed 15 light-years from Earth in the constellation of Cygnus. Its crew was a patchwork of specialists, many born off-world, trained to navigate the unknown. When the signal's source was triangulated, it pointed neither outward to distant stars nor inward toward black holes, but astride the narrow corridor of spacetime itself, distorted and warped in ways that defied their instruments. "This isn't just a message," Mira said during the urgent briefing. "It's a temporal broadcast. The data is encoded from Earth's future, an echo through time. It's Earth calling for help." Captain Ryan Solberg rubbed his chin beneath his graying beard. "You're saying we're receiving a distress call from a future Earth? How?" "That's the problem. The signal isn't propagating through space like radio waves normally do. We think it's coming through a fold in the spacetime continuum. A distortion caused by an unknown phenomenon, something bending time onto itself." Captain Solberg nodded gravely. "We can't ignore it. Prepare an investigation protocol." The crew scrambled to decode the entire message. As the fragments unfolded, a dark narrative emerged. The year in the signal was unmistakable, 2147. Earth was change. The message came from a world on the brink of collapse. "Everyone, listen closely," Mira said during a live feed, her voice tense. "The future Earth is documenting catastrophic environmental failures, climate systems collapsing, energy grids failing, social order breaking down under strain. But there's something else, something no one predicted." Images flickered across the holoscreen, hazy data streams, fluctuating like heat mirages. They depicted strange phenomena. Auroras burning with unnatural colors, massive black spirals forming in the oceans, and cities swallowed beneath shifting sands and rising tides. A voice, robotic and distorted, spoke. "We are the last archives of Terra. The planet is dying, but not from what you expect. The collapse is not only environmental. It is being accelerated, artificially." Myra's heart pounded. The message detailed an incomprehensible force, an entity or technology unleashed in Earth's future that tampered with planetary systems, accelerating the decay. The future Earth's scientists, desperate to warn past generations, had constructed this temporal beacon, embedding their cry into the fabric of time itself. They called it the Dark Pulse. Days of analysis followed. The Eidolon *, an advanced quantum processor known as Argus, sifted through the signal, isolating the dark pulse's signature, a complex field of subatomic disruptions leaking into Earth's core. The message described how the pulse originated from a failed terraforming experiment on Mars, a misguided colonization effort gone awry when an experimental quantum device designed to stabilize the planet instead created a temporal rift. That rift spilled over, infecting Earth at a subatomic level, its effects cascading into environmental calamity and temporal erosion, unstable timelines unraveling around the globe. "Future Earth is fracturing physically and temporally," Mira explained. "The pulse is seeping backward through time, destabilizing the planet's core. If it's not stopped, the Earth we know and love will collapse well before 2147. Captain Solberg stared out at the swirling cosmic debris beyond the viewport. "If this pulse comes into our time, it could undo everything. We need to act, and fast." The Eidolon's next course was clear. They needed to locate the quantum nexus on Mars, the origin of the dark pulse, reclaim or disable the failed experimental device before it became the seed of catastrophe. Mars, still sparsely inhabited but heavily industrialized, was under corporate and scientific control. Their transmission back to Earth's central authorities set off alarms. There was skepticism, political inertia. Future science fiction seemed too speculative to warrant immediate attention. But the asterisk Eidolon had a unique advantage: proximity and the temporal distortion data. With Captain Solberg's permission, the ship altered course toward Mars, preparing to insert a ground team. Touchdown on Mars was harsh. The thin atmosphere and dust storms ravaged equipment, but the asterisk Eidolon's advanced landing systems got them close to the Nexus facility. The complex was an eerie cathedral of metal and circuits, life's designs twisted by futuristic quantum machines. Mira led the team inside. They passed through corridors humming with residual energy, walls glowing faintly with data streams. The air was thick with temporal dissonance, the slight, sleep-depriving sensation of being out of sync with time. At the core chamber, the pulse throbbed in the machine's heart, a live distortion, a ripple in the quantum foam itself. The team faced a terrifying dilemma: how to dismantle a device that seemed to exist partially outside linear time. Myra's fingers danced over the control panel, weaving quantum codes to subdue the device. Argus interfaced from orbit, guiding her through temporal harmonics. Suddenly, the chamber shuddered. The pulse fought back, distorting the moment, flickering the room into twisted half-realities. Visions of Earth drowning in seas, then burning beneath an angry sun, cities crumbling as time fragmented around them. "Focus," Solberg called, shoving a disoriented technician back from the fraying edges of reality. Over an hour's tense work, the device was isolated, power flows reversed. The pulse began to wane, the temporal ripples smoothing. Then, silence. Returning to orbit, the Eidolon awaited the signal's residual echo. There, in the calm data streams, the message changed. This time, it was gratitude. A whisper from 2147, no longer a warning but a hope. "You have altered the timeline. We are saved. Earth breathes once more." Mira looked out at the slowly turning blue planet. The future was fluid, uncertain, but for now, the thread of hope had been woven back into the tapestry of time. Captain Solberg broke the silence. "The universe is telling us something, that tomorrow depends on actions today. We've been lucky, but this is just the beginning." Outside, stars glittered like eternal witnesses, as the Eidolon charted a new course home. The message from the future may have been a warning, but it was also a testament that even across the trenches of time, humanity's will to survive could echo through the cosmos and reshape destiny itself.